Wesley Matthews was an undrafted guard out of Marquette who burst onto the scene in Utah as a 3-and-D role player. Then he settled into a nice role with the Portland Trail Blazers, where he played 5 seasons before securing the bag with the Dallas Mavericks. Matthews should be a perfect role player on paper, especially with a team that's developing 2 young, defense-allergic playmakers in Dennis Smith Jr. and Luka Doncic. And after the first 6 games of this season, Wes was averaging 20 points per game to try and help pick up the slack with Harrison Barnes out of the lineup. So why are Mavs fans so upset at Wes Matthews right now? What is he doing to deserve an angry mob demanding he either be benched or traded? Today, let's take a look at why Mavs fans are so upset at Wesley Matthews. Over the past few playmaking-starved years for the Mavericks, Wes has tried to add a floater and post moves to his game. His drives have been essentially a mixed bag. So far this year, he's shooting 37% on his drives, and only 11 players in the league are shooting worse with as many attempts. And no player passes out of drive attempts less than Wes Matthews so far this season. Sometimes his drives are okay, especially when he's going at it big like Gorgui Dieng on this play. Or like Jabari Parker on this play. But then there are times when he misses shooters like Luka with his hand up over here. And there are times when they don't even have a chance. That's reigning Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. West's postgame has been effective. This season, after 7 games, West is shooting 66.7% on post-up attempts, and there's only one player in the league shooting better than him. That's Willie Cauley-Stein. Wes also passes out of post-ups 34.5% of the time. That's more often than both Nikola Jokic and Marc Gasol. However, his post-ups slow down the offense and don't allow anyone else to get involved. This is not the ball movement offense Coach Carlisle wants to run with this group. So Wes's normal driving and post-up attempts have been a mixed bag, but there's a group of plays that I call the 10% that are what really infuriates fans. 10% of the time, Wes Matthews will do something that just does not make any sense. Like this play right here in Minnesota. And recently, it's been at the worst times. Some of these plays can be explained by saying he's trying to get a shot up at the end of the shot clock. But then there's plays like this that just frustrates Mavs fans to no end. On top of his complicated offensive game, Wes hasn't looked the same on the defensive end of the floor either. Last season, Wes only allowed opponents to shoot 43.7%. This season, he's allowing 54.4%, and according to Synergy Stats, he grades as a poor defender against ball handlers in pick and roll, isolation attempts, spot-up attempts, and post-up attempts. So far this season, he's been tasked with guarding some of the best scorers in the game: DeMar DeRozan, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard, and Zach LaVine. So let's wait for a while until we call him totally washed on that end of the floor. So that's why Mavs fans are upset with Wes Matthews. Essentially, he's just doing too much. And when it goes bad in a big way late in the game, so it stands out like a sore Achilles. Hopefully, as Harrison Barnes gets back into the offense and Luka Doncic continues to take his rightful place, Wes's role in the offense will rein itself in naturally. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter @NickVanExit, and subscribe to the Locked On Mavericks podcast wherever you get podcasts for more Mavericks coverage. Thanks for watching. Boom.